not going to stop.
You're listening to LA's new talk station, KFI Los Angeles. We're your Raider station, and we're talking Southern California. Now, back to Tom Leykis.
5:48, 12 now before 6 o'clock, the all-new KFI AM 640. I'm Tom Leykis. Meantime, we're talking graffiti here, and with us are a variety of graffiti writers, including Plex and Whisk and the Phantom. They're all here defending their what they call art. Some people are calling vandalism. People are getting very upset about it. Let's take your calls at 1-800-553-4640.
I personally was raised to respect other people's property. Now, I'm addressing this to the gentleman who said that he's bombing all over town. I take that to mean flagrant graffiti or paintings, murals, whatever you want to call them, wherever you see fit. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I just started tagging, trying to, make myself known. So, like, I see it all, pieces burning, After a while, you just see a tag, and you look at a piece for fame, you can't compare that.
People don't like that. It looks so. I can understand it looks bad, but it's fun. It's fun to write your name on things.
It's not about violence, dude. It's about art,
Police shouldn't affiliate us with gangs and stuff, because it has nothing to do with gangs. Are you doing it? What? We used to come up here at night and do these illegally, but then we got kind of sick of it. I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah, nobody.
There's nothing here, and there's no reason really why you can't do graffiti here. So we went about asking the people over here if they knew who owned this land, and like the station over here.
Station.
And like finally we just got in touch with who owned the lot and got permission.
About half of the layers of paint on here have been done during the daytime, and believe me, there's a lot of coats of paint on here.
It's funny though, because we could still, the police could come here anytime. We don't actually have written documentation on us. Like, if a police officer came and said, do you have permission on a piece of paper? And we said no, they could take us to jail, basically, really. But it's funny, police go by and they see us doing this in the daytime, they figure, it must be legal if we're this crazy to be out in the daytime spray painting on a wall.
There's some stuff I did right there just to get my name up in this yard. Plex means to be sort of worried, watching out, be aware of what's going on. Perplexed, you're just always aware of the situation. And my friends always call me that. I'm stuck with that name ever since. See, I have a sort of moral code about graffiti. I don't write on people's houses, I don't write on schools, and I don't write on churches. because that's it's people's stuff. But trash cans, bus benches, mailboxes, things, light poles, places like this. Yeah, city-owned stuff. That's legal. That's legal tender, man. You just go around.
So in about 8th grade, I just started writing on everything. Got into a lot of trouble. I don't know.
That doesn't get you anywhere.
Just got a name. Started writing on everything in junior high. Just got into that. Started seeing the art aspect of it. And I've been raised an artist. Both my parents are artists. So I started seeing I've been starting to see the art aspect of graffiti. So I got into that. Bought paint. Started doing pieces. That seemed a lot more creative than just writing on everything. Plus, I was about to get kicked out of school for that, so I stopped doing that. Started piecing. And then I got together with my homeboys.
Ain't no stopping us, man.
Yeah, King stop at nothing.
People are writing on things since the beginning of time, you know, and to think that they'll just be able to stop it that's ridiculous. I mean, they do have a legitimate problem. I mean, I can understand. No, you don't want to come to work and your building's defaced or whatever because it's your own property, but you know, there's no way to stop it. It's just living. It's not like you plan it. It's not like, hey, we're gonna get that building tonight, tag this or whatever.
It just happens.
It just happens.
You're just strolling through the neighborhood, you know, the city.
Just get the feeling, get up.
What I think, I always keep thinking that I'm not up. I just say to myself, I'm not up, I'm not up, I'm not up.
So you do more.
Yeah, and you just keep on doing more. The more I see my name, the more I don't see it.
Mainly all I do now is legal stuff. But when I first started writing, I mean, you just have to do illegal stuff. That's just the way it is. That's what writing is made for. I mean, it's made for legal stuff, but that's not what writing is. You know, to me.
Yeah.
Writing is more expressing yourself against the public, against the public's will. You know, this is fine. I enjoy these legal spots, but there's more of a gratification when you've taken the time and taken the risk to produce something and to get away with it.
Like you do a one-line throw, like a WK with some, you know, I throw numbers on them that people can see how far I've gone, and you know, I'm up to 1504 right now.
You know, I mean, if they don't understand the writing from that standpoint, you know, that's just the way it is.
Some is
legible, but you know, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like it's been said before, it's for writers. It's not for the moral, you know, majority.
Civilians.
Yeah, it's not for the civilians. It's for us. To me, it's a noted art form. You know, people can look at it and respect it. You know, the colors are nice. You know, it's not really defacing. It's beautifying. I'm sure the public can understand that. It's like hereditary. It's in your blood, and it never goes away, no matter what you do. As long as you hang out with the people and you're living in the city, you're gonna see it, and it's gonna just pulls you back every time. I've stopped writing 2 or 3 times, and every time it just brings me back even stronger. West Coast, you know, West Coast is never going to end. As long as there's graffiti, and as long as there's spray cans, and there's young kids, there's always going to be West Coast. And that's true of a lot of other crews, you know. There's always going to be a KSN, always. There's always going to be young kids who want to be involved with it. It's a new culture.
This is Gene in Los Angeles on the all-new KFI. Hello.
With all this terrific talent going to waste, why don't you do things like, say, for instance, if you can't handle things on one-on-one, wouldn't it be nice if all of you got together and started some kind of a corporation or company and started offering your talent and painting other people's homes, painting them?
At first, it was just going to be the whole wall was going to be that. Yeah. With a couple of characters thrown in it. We painted up more. Not even close to being done.
Clean this shit up.
No.
She just bought this store. She's gonna open up a leather shop. Wanted us to do something that'll attract some attention. She wanted a lion, so we just came up with a kind of a lion character. Some abstracts in the background. See how it comes out. Well, this we're getting money for. So we can kick back all day and kick back and use their paint. I don't know. It'll be here a lot longer than any illegal piece too. Hopefully. Get some fame, maybe do some more jobs, make some more money. Yeah, especially right here, it's on Melrose and stuff. You get a lot of fame, a lot of people out here, a lot of art critics and shit coming out here. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some more jobs because of this. Trying to carry all these cans.
This is my initials, BA, with the upside down peace sign, and an RL for real. He was here when I did it. This for me was a test because this is when the whole K2S and STN crew were here. All their names are inside my coin. And I'm friends with a lot of them, and this is their yard, and I came down here to show them that I can do it too. I mean, show them this was the best I could have done at the time. So I did it for them. I showed them my abilities. So this is, I go all out when I show my abilities. I bust the wild style. This was no sketch. I just went up to the wall and just made it up as I went. I got camouflage things in here, like right here it says Sign and Geo. These are two members of the crew that are dead. It's just my style is showing them. It's like a gift to them. It's wild style because you can't decipher it. There's no way. I mean, the B goes like this. There's the first line, and it comes around like this. It comes back and like that. It's a B, and then the A comes behind, and goes down and over. I mean, you got the basic thing. You just got to look at it. Most writers can figure it out. It'll take them a while. They can do it. Train. This is one of the bad parts about this yard. Yeah, you guys might. You go for it. One time Eric almost got his dinner dropped. One of these days I'm going to do one of these. Boxcar. It's going to say Barbara.
I caught that shit and I fell off, dude. Because right here, you could do it during the day, because, you know, as you can see, it's not really a bus, you know. Like, the public can't see you while you're doing it, so. That's why it's good for yards to do pieces like this, you know, so where you can take your time. There's so many other walls around. It's better, you know, just to get here and there, you know, instead of the same place. Just to be, you know, different places. Highland Park, doing it, LA, Santa Monica, you know, just different, you know, areas and stuff. And you get known by so many different people, you know. It's weird. Like, people you don't even know, you know, you're doing your piece and they come up to you and say, oh, you're Repo, and you don't even know them. Well, it is, to tell the truth, you know, I know it is vandalism. You know, you gotta face it. It is, but graffiti writers, they don't think of, they don't think of it as that way. You know, some of them know it is, but they don't care. This is Skip. That's me. I got chased, like, I done one. It was for my friend. You know, he died and everything, and I done it. You know, his name, kind of, down by the LA River. Security seen me from the other side, but I didn't really pay attention much to him. And then he chased all my friends, and I seen him, and I was by myself, because my friends got chased the other way. They were down more. And so he started chasing me on foot. And he ended up chasing me about 8 blocks in the hot summer, sweating. Finally, I got to by county jail, and then hopped on a bus. And then when the bus got to a stoplight, he kept going for the bus, and he got me off the bus, and then got busted like that. But I didn't do no time. It's just misdemeanor. It's nothing. Didn't make no difference. They couldn't keep me in for that. No big deal. Got other people busted for bigger shit.
That's why we usually do illegal pieces on the freeway, because we want people to see it, and so they remember our names, really. If they see them on the freeways, they remember it. They say, yeah, it looks good. I wonder who did it. Like, when they see us, they'll say, yeah, we done that one over there. And like, I don't know, there's people just like it. If you do a lot of pieces that are real big or take a lot of time, like, people will respect you for that, because like, if you go up and you see a piece that's about 15 feet high or so long, like, people say, dag, how do these kids get enough time to do all this big or this good?
Got interviewed.
Oh yeah? Cool.
They're gonna interview right now. Put a bag over your head. That's what I did.
Why?
Because then they're gonna know you.
They already know me.
I'm in crowd shit.
They already know me. You're turn on. What's up, Wes? Oh, that's fresh, yo.
I'm Frame 1 from K2S and STN, and this is one of the conventions I helped put together. The only convention I ever put together, and so far it's turning out all right, because everybody that I've talked to showed up, even though it was short notice. We got kids from San Francisco, we got kids from San Jose, Oakland. We got a very good happening here. This is about graffiti art and the expansion and the movement of graffiti art to make this a legitimate art, so the public can understand what we do. It's not just vandalizing, it's not just writing on walls, it has nothing to do with gangs.
I'm Sam from STN, and I'm usually more into art. I do tie-dyes. I tie-dye this shirt. And that's exactly what I do, and I'm done for my crew.
She helps me out of my pieces.
I help you.
She helps me out of my pieces. Like, when I'm gonna do a piece, like, she colors in, like, she knows, like, the colors I'm gonna need, and the tips I use, and where I'm gonna color this and I'm gonna color that. She knows, and so I just tell her color this letter this way, and she'll do it. She's getting the can control more, and she's like getting more into it, into piecing now than before. But she's like, every time I write JK, it's like Sandy right there next to it.
What I'd like to comment on at the beginning, because I think it's very important, when you talk about is it art or is it vandalism, it's really not that simple. It's a very complex discussion, and it is, in the eyes of some, certainly vandalism, and in the eyes of many others, it is an art form, and it is one, and it is the other, and it is both at the same time. And you can't simply say, well, it's just all vandalism, because when you begin to look at it, what you see is a very complex, stylistic art form, lots of color, real talent. These young people can do things with a spray can that are rather remarkable. So I think in looking at the whole subject right up front, you need to understand that an art form has developed. It has developed because there was a purpose and a meaning for it to develop. And if you wanted to talk about art and compare a 6th grade artist with Van Gogh, and you say, well, you know, that's a ridiculous kind of a comparison. In fact, that's how I look at what people refer to normally as tags, and I refer to as aerosol art or spray can art. They are very different. Now, tags also can be very artistic. There is some great calligraphy in tagging, but because tagging is so promiscuous, it really gets in the way of some people's aesthetics. This is not a gang-related activity. There are crews, yes, young people form crews, and for me, crews are the fraternities of the streets. And there is gang writing, and that is a very different stylistic form of graffiti. It's been with us for a long time. But that's not what I'm examining, certainly, when I take a look at the art form that's out there.
A 17-year veteran, Sergeant Don Meredith is a leading expert in the reading and interpretation of gang graffiti.
What we have here in the blue writing is C14. C14 stands for Clantone. It's an old established East LA gang that has moved out into our territory now. And the 14 originated with 14th Street, which was in the Clantone neighborhood. And while Clantone is pronounced Clantone, it is actually spelled C-L-A-N-T-O-N, but they put the emphasis on making it sound Clantone. As you come across, you'll see with the black writing here, C-X-I-V, or the Roman numerals for 14. Again, that's Clantone's writing denoting their area. Coming a little further back, you'll see up in the blue here, the word Negro. What this is this is a gentleman's moniker. That's his street name that he would go by. You have the P-E, the 13, and the R. R standing for Reefa or rules. The 13 used to denote marijuana. Now what it denotes is Southern California. This particular segment of wall here, the brown writing is from a Filipino gang we have in the area. And what I recommend is when you see writing or something you're not sure what it says, try and duplicate it or take a photograph of it and talk to your street sources, talk to other officers, and just try and figure out what it means. You'll note here in the brown paint, the lettering is somewhat difficult to read in the first part. What this particular letter here is an F. It's not a P, it's an F, followed by an S. That stands for flip side. This slash, or I'm sorry, the 13 for Southern California, and a space, and then STS for Santanas. Another street gang is Filipino. And what this is saying is flip side in association with Santanas, both of Southern California.
Well, basically, let me tell you, these fine lines, it all came through a process called evolution, right? No, but seriously, no, the thing is, it's a special type of tip that you make out of, you know, the top of a can, a normal can, or you can make them out of tall cans, things that separate them together.
Well, first of all, when me and Hicks got together, we wanted to do something different than anybody else is here.
And it was spontaneous. We didn't plan it.
Yeah.
You know?
So just being together, him being from New York and me being from San Francisco, we wanted to collaborate on something unusual, something different. So here I am doing splash art, what they call, you know, what you do is you put the spray can into the cap and you splash it against the wall. And you also make a couple of designs, which, you know, I put
came out looking great.
Yeah, it came out looking different for LA. We usually do that a lot in San Francisco. So
they don't see much of that down here.
Right, so it kind of looks different, you know.
But it's collaboration, basically. We're trying to collaborate styles. We would have done a different one, except, you know, we've been working on some old last night. So
what we try to do is, you know, be original. That's the game, you know. Being original, you know, it makes you stand out on a ride. You know, it's like this city has around at least around 200 or 300 riders, and you know, to stand out means everything, you know.
In the whole country, maybe in the world, you can name almost the number of women writers on maybe one hand.
About one. I want to definitely be in airbrushing, and I hope there's a way I can tie spray painting into, you know, aerosol art, and I know I'm going to be in graphics.
Would you have been into art if it hadn't been for spray can?
helped my art along a lot because it taught me originality. Because you can't be in graffiti if you're not original. Everybody will just go over your work.
The number of kids that are now doing graffiti and art seems to be increasing. So I think it goes to show that there's definitely a need for a program that exposes these kids to some positive way of utilizing their talents and energies without having it to be an act of vandalism. So what we have here today is something that they basically, put together. I provided the canvases and the materials, and the LA Photo Center provided the space. But they have their own network of communicating. So they, informed each other that this was happening. I got 6 of the most prolific writers in Los Angeles to do a canvas. And I think one of the most beautiful aspects of this type of art form is that it's a multicultural thing, and it transcends a lot of barriers, because as you can see, there's kids here from diverse backgrounds, and probably different economical levels are all here for the common purpose of doing some art.
Well, basically they're done real late at night, approximately 12 o'clock, and usually the bombing starts at 4 in the morning.
You want to use Ford also?
And that's me, the Thief One from LA.
How many?
Excuse me?
How many you got?
How many tags? Different ones? About 5, 6.
No, I mean, how many are up?
Oh, fuck, thousands.
I was driving down the street and I saw the kids working, and I just thought it'd be something great to put in the house. I bought the canvas and I was going to do the splatter paint on it. And I saw what they were doing, and I thought that would be a great idea. So I asked them if they could do it. I brought it down, and they did it. And I like it. It's an original, and I like the colors and everything. How do you guys put it up? Because he started. I brought some money down. How do you guys put it up? What? How do you guys at least buy some paint?
We will, man. Okay.
Okay.
No, bro.
Original.
Yeah. We just wanted to have fun, and just having a big canvas in itself, that was fun for us to do. But then, for God, as generous as that to give us money, that was cool too. So I mean, this money right here would just go on paint probably, so I can go do my next piece.
Yeah, if you measured it like the ounces of paint you use, it probably wouldn't cost you more than like $5 or $10, But you got to buy all these full cans to use all the different colors, unless you have scraps from your old supplier or something. But, I guess I'd have to buy about $15 worth of paint to do something.
Now you can buy a whole mess of paint, and you probably won't feel as good as if you walk out with your money and the paint. What I usually like to do is buy a few cans and rack more than I buy. So I'll probably rack 3, buy 1.
You rack it like this. You rack it like this, and you go like that, and you walk out. Or if you just have a shirt, and it's in the summer, then you rack like 3, and you walk out like, damn, my shirt's wrong. All right, I gotta jam it, see ya. Hey, here comes the bus. If it stops, that's the thing.
It's just the feeling of a bus taking your name through the city.
back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth. That's just the fun part about it.
Yeah.
There's so many risks that we have to go through just to hit a bus, and it gets cleaned anyways. But
we don't care as long as it, you know, travels
Yeah.
and somebody sees it. That's fame, you know. And it goes back so many times that someone's got to see it, you know. No one's blind to the, you know, the graffiti. They see it. They just see it as like a blotch or something. But you know, writers that write their name like clean, they can read it like, whoa, Whisk, you know, he bombed it or whatever.
And so RTD police and shit, they come to check your hands. They tell you to turn your hands over back and forth like that to see if you got ink and shit on your hands. Yeah. See, like I got ink on my hands, you know, for spraying the water down the way. It like usually, you know, they make you turn your hand over, and you know if you got some if you got paint on your hand and you know marker ink, and you know if it's fresh and shit, they just be like they gonna take you in, you know, gank you or something.
That shit is grease, man, over homegirl's face, you know. We see this, that, you know, we'll be discouraged that they put grease all over us and we can't put our paint, you know, over the grease, so that means that no one's gonna, you know, clean up, you know, do graffiti, and that's what they want, you know. But that's dumb. They're idiots. They put grease on the wall and then they're gonna paint it. You know, like, how are they gonna paint the wall when it has grease?
Yeah, sandblast.
They have to water it and all that kind of stuff, so I don't know, I think the joke's on them that they did this, you know. A lot of ways of getting caught, you know. People could snitch on you, like, even my own friends could probably snitch on me. I'll say, yeah, I'm coming here. So the difference between illegal and illegal is, legal is really hard to find, you know. If you can find it, that's cool. But illegal is mostly what kids do. That's why we bomb the streets. I think this dude's gonna talk shit to us, I don't know.
Hey, you guys, you know you're trespassing here?
Trespassing?
Yes.
What is this documentary?
You drew that picture?
No, we didn't draw none of these pictures. We're trying to show the public this is what kids do, you know, before instead of doing drugs or...
I want you guys to leave this place, otherwise I'll call the police.
That's the final word?
Yes. Out.
Are you the owner, sir?
Yes. You want to leave this way or you want to go over the wall?
Yeah, let's just go to the wall again.
We'll go to the wall.
You came over the wall?
Yeah, we came over the wall.
Who you represent?
Huh?
Who you present?
We present the public.
Why you didn't come inside and ask me if you can get in?
We didn't know whose property it is. We had no idea.
So you think a property like this is living with nobody?
Nah, I think this place just burned down in this open lot. We didn't know. I mean, we're not trying to do anything illegal here. We're just trying to show the public, you know, via video, you know, that, you know, what happens.
Who are you to show the public? You represent anybody?
I am the public. You are the public. You don't want to be educated?
If you were educated, you would have come to my place and asked me if I can go inside and do the thing.
Well, I thought it was actually these people's property. I asked them, and they said, well, the manager ain't in and all this kind of stuff. So I mean, they never told us or nothing. Like, this is our second time here, you know.
If you promise not to come again, you can do your picturing and leave.
Oh yeah, all right.
But I don't want to see anybody over here again.
All right.
We're going to paint all this thing white.
All right.
And from Monday, there'll be a police escort over here. Anybody comes here, we're going to arrest them.
All right.
Put the grease on it?
Yes, I put the grease on it.
Well, how come you did that, sir?
Because we don't want it here. They start abusing it. Look what they did on our walls inside. Look what they did on the garbage can. Look on my walls. They start abusing it.
Yeah. Those are people that are just suckers, probably.
Everybody tells me that.
Talented.
How can I tell who is the guy? Every time I saw people coming over here, I said, where are you from? I'm from North Hollywood. Yeah. They have no other place to come all the way from North Hollywood to here to fuck up my wall.
No, we don't know about that. We're just trying to show, it's sort of artwork, you know, it's sort of pretty.
You have a house?
Yeah, I have a
house.
house.
Go and do this thing on your house, on your wall. Let me see what your dad does.
He'll probably, you know, he'll probably have a heart attack.
I thought you called it artwork.
It is, but I mean, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it just as much as you do.
Somebody else's
because
property.
He thinks it's illegal, but I mean, it's just the way that kids get off, you know, they don't do bad shit.
You know, when they start coming here, they were nice guys like you. And I said, please don't filter the place. They say, yep. Don't overlap over the neighbors and put all the walls and filter it. Yeah. All of a sudden, everybody starts complaining.
Yeah.
And they can be as nice as you want to say.
That's true.
But if they don't keep their word, if they fuck up everything else, that's what happens.
Yeah, well,
now it has to cost me $500 to
to clean all this thing, and I don't know, I'm sorry, I don't know how I'm going to keep track of it. I had to call the police. They said, call us, we'll arrest them.
Yeah.
I hate to do that for young kids.
Yeah. We understand
But
that.
if you think it's artwork, go and do it in your house and see what your father does.
Alright.
But if you go somebody else's property, next time you should ask permission. Can I go in?
Okay, we didn't know, so we're sorry. If we thought it was yours, we would have asked you.
If you want to do, go and hurry up and leave.
All
if
right.
you see anybody else, I want you to kick them out.
Alright. Hey, okay.
Alright.
Thank you.
You're still taking my picture?
Yeah, this is the shit we got put up with all the time, man. People just like, oh, we hate it, oh, we hate it. How would you like you do this on your house? And skip labadoom. Yeah, it's a famous line. Cops like to say it, bus people, everybody they like to say that. How would you like that? I said I would like it, but I mean, if you said I would like it, then I get some more pissed off, and it sucks, man. You can't win, you know.
My brother is one of the psycho taggers. Straight. He's one of the psycho taggers of the East Side. I mean, he's the one that does the top to bottom tags while he's hanging on the side of it down in Hollywood on the middle of Friday night. Everyone's honking and stuff. He's crazy. I mean, he finally got caught for having stolen articles inside his thing, so he just went to jail. Just keep on going straight and just park. Now he has to go to court tomorrow in Burbank for a crime he committed. So he's taking the bus from county jail in downtown down to the Hollywood freeway to the 5 into Burbank, and he's going to go right by it, and he's going to tell all the guards he snuck out tonight to go do it. So they're all going to be like, yeah, fuck you. So when he drives by, he's going to be like, yeah, see, there I am, like that. This light, make a left. We've already scanned this place out. You don't have to worry about nothing.
You about the bolt cutters?
Nah.
Yeah.
Zodi, that's my little brother. That's Dustin, New York City. This is my tag. United Artists.
This is Ralph, a first-time caller from Long Beach on the all-new KFI. Hello.
Hello, Tom. You must be having a very hard time sitting across the table from this garbage. They're nothing but a bunch of disgusting punks. They're the scum of the earth. They're worse than animals, the way they go around defecating on other people's property. They ought to be treated like animals. Your face ought to be a viable form of expression with my baseball bat.
You're gonna square it off too?
No, not the outline. Put the rush on it though, Holmes.
I know, trip out. Is this? Usually this first sketch is just sloppy, so you know what you have to do. Basically, all we're gonna do is just a United Artists, just real quick, just to get up, so people can see it from on the freeway. Yeah, it's pretty bad, eh? Just like give me a rush in a way.
How old are you?
I'm 16 today, dude. Just kick it back.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
My parents were against this. They just saw me out vandalizing because when I first started, that's all I was doing. Then I started building my portfolio with pieces, and I started actually working on colors and going to the library, getting books on like Warhol, Salvatore Dali and shit.
Yeah, normally we're dark. Like sometimes when we go piecing, it's pitch black. Like you put your hand out this far from your face, you can't see it.
My mom's done a piece. She went out piecing with this once. Yeah, she just did. Here, I'll show you her tag.
What are you doing?
I'm explaining. That's her. She did that on the bus. If I'm gonna get arrested for something, I'm gonna make sure it's worth it.